Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Love Day. Sage here, and I am just so excited. I've got my Valentine's red. I've got my little sparkly crown chakra glow thing going on here. And I am just so excited to share with you today. Hi, Len. It's nice to see you joining me. Hi, Clara. Wonderful to have you ladies here. Hi, Martha. How's everybody doing today? Happy Valentine's Day. Let's start. Hi, Pardeep. How nice to see you, sweetie. Let's start by just giving ourselves a juicy love hug. A good squeeze. Wonderful. So as some of you may know, and some of you may not know, I manifested, woohoo, my divine right mate, body, mind, heart, and soulmate, Mark. And last November, we celebrated 21 years. Can I get a woohoo? Woohoo! 21 years and glowing strong. And here's the thing. There's a lot of myths and there's a lot of misinformation out there about soulmates and about twin flames and about how to find lasting love and what higher love really even is. Thank you. Happy Valentine's to you too. So I really wanted to talk to you guys more about that. I know that a lot of you think of Sage, the Prosperous Goddess, you think of me in terms of she's an angel channel and she's a love attraction teacher and she's a healer and she knows a lot about prosperity and life purpose and women's empowerment, right? Hopefully you know some of those things about me, or you wouldn't be here in Prosperous Goddess Tribe or here in my community in any way, shape, and form. But what a lot of people don't know, because I don't really just talk about it as much, is that I actually, before I shifted my main focus more toward purpose and prosperity and healing your money blocks and shining your light in the world and sharing your soul gifts, prior to that, my main focus for 12 years was helping people with self-love, with living as the love that we truly are, and with soulmate love, with actually manifesting your divine right mate or taking your relationship to a higher level. So if any of that, oh my God, your mate is a Mark too. 30 years, that is so amazing. So if any of this is resonating, if you're going, sure, I'd love to raise my love vibration. I'd love to love myself more. I'd love to love my life more. I'd love to just be more aligned with the energy of love. I'd love to have more harmony in my relationships. Now, just out of curiosity, hi, Patricia. How nice to see you, honey. Kisses. How many of you guys, gals, are single and would love for your divine right mate to show up, in the right time? Maybe you're thinking, oh, I'm not quite ready, but if she showed up tomorrow, maybe you would be ready. Right? Or maybe there's some things you need to do to get ready. And how many of you are partnered and reasonably happy, but you'd love to get to another level with it? You're open to that possibility if there is another level. Mark and I call our relationship an elation-ship because it's like a vehicle for joy and elation. And how many of you guys are in a relationship that you're not sure about, or that you are thinking of leaving, or you're kind of, I need some clarity about this. There's some questions. Where's everybody at? I'd love to kind of take the pulse and see where you guys are at with that. So type in the comment, anything along those lines, and I will help shape our live stream today more toward what you need. So let me tell you a little bit about my true love story and my pattern that didn't work. I had a pattern that didn't work, and Mark had a different pattern that didn't work. And a lot of people who are not yet happily partnered are either running one or the other of these patterns. I was what I call a rebounding romantic. I'm a Pisces, and for some reason, the way that works for my makeup is that it's easy for me to fall in love. I can see the best in anybody, So I just kept manifesting all these people who were like fixer-uppers. You ladies know what I mean? They needed work, they were depressed. They didn't love themselves. They had anger issues. They, they were commitment phobes. I mean, just like one thing after another. I had different versions of Mr. Not Right for like 20 years, so like a really long time. And I would just keep going through this relationship revolving door because I would think, well, you know, I've got to give it another chance. I've got to keep my heart open. I've got to still believe that love is possible. So I would just jump into sometimes bed and jump into like in loveness and get all those hormones going with people who really weren't qualified to be my mate. I wasn't clear enough about what I desired and deserved. My standards were too low. My bar was like here, you know, and really I was afraid to be alone. So there was a fear vibe behind that of not having a lot of time in between relationships and just going forward too soon, too quickly with not enough of a filter or discernment. Intuitive discernment for that, like, what's that? I had no idea how that would come into play. So that was my pattern for a long time. And then I went through a huge spiritual opening, initiation, blasting open of my third eye in 1994. And the first thing that I said, that in itself is a whole long story. We could sit and have tea for 2 hours about that one. The 3 near-death experiences in 18 hours, angel encounter, shamanic signs, all kinds of, you know, amazing dream experiences, just like symbols, amazing, amazing, amazing. And it was not just a peak experience that one has and then kind of comes back and goes, wow, that was really an interesting thing that happened. No, this was a portal. My life has never been the same. That was 16 years ago, right? 15 and a half years ago. And I was immediately just raised up to this whole other level. And I've been living like that ever since and loving like that ever since. So my first question to God, to the divine, when I realized, oh my God, like literally, my God, I have a connection here. I can hear, I can see, I can sense, I can perceive. By the way, I think everyone has that direct line. We just have to unlearn some stuff and clear out some blocks and fears, old patterns. Some of them are ancestral, some of them are past life. You could have other things going on, but we all have that connection to source, right? So when I started to realize that this was a continuous, accessible, amazing way to get guidance about my life, the first question I asked was, you guys want to guess? What was the first thing I asked for? I bet you some of you are thinking it. I asked God, could you please bring me my soulmate? That's exactly what I asked. I was so tired of the revolving door. I was so tired of being wrong and being hurt. And I just, hi, Ashley. Hi, honey. It's so good that you're here today. It's such a good time for you for this. Perfect. I asked that question and I didn't know what kind of answer I would get, but the answer I got surprised me because the answer I got was pick up a pen. And I thought, okay, did I hear that right? Did you just say pick up a pen? Because like I kind of thought that you would just send me my divine right mate. Like he would show up at the door or we would bump into each other at the grocery store, you know, or whatever. But did you say pen, God? And God's like, yes, pen. So like, okay, I'm not going to argue. And I picked up a pen and out came 400 pages. 400 pages. Like I nonstop just channel, wrote, listened, received, wrote it down. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. For weeks, I did nothing but write. I followed those 400 pages and it's a system for how to manifest your divine right mate, how to manifest higher love, how to manifest your soulmate. And in fact, one of the things I learned along the way, I know, right? How amazing is that? Thank you. Thank you for the hearts and smiles and flowers and all that good stuff. I literally had a flow chart. Like, this is what you need to do. You're serious about wanting to get it right now, Sage? This is exactly what you need to do. So what I want to share with you all today is the 4 main pieces of that framework. So would you like to know the 4 steps to manifesting higher love? Who would like to hear that today on Valentine's Day or in replay land, tapping into the vibe of Valentine's Day, right? Blessings to everybody in replay land too. Hi, Monica. Happy Love Day. I know, I feel like every day is Love Day, but today's extra special Love Day, right? So who wants to hear the 4 steps to higher love? Because if you don't, go have a nice day and we're done, right? But if you do, that's why you're here right now. So I'm going to tell you the 4 steps to higher love. Drum roll, please. You have to absolutely love yourself radiantly, radically, unconditionally, no matter what. Deep self-love, which means it has nothing to do with anyone else outside of you. It's all about loving yourself, treasuring yourself, accepting yourself while you strive to become a better version of yourself, but loving yourself so deeply that you actually become one with love. You don't need love from outside of you. You don't need approval. You don't need a man or a woman or a pet or a child or anyone to fill the void of love in your heart, because you live as this love. You love yourself and you love life so much. So that in itself, it sounds easy and it sounds obvious, right? Like, oh yeah, well, of course. And you probably think, well, yeah, I love myself. I think I'm a really nice person. I'm kind and I'm honest and I'm spiritual and I do nice things for other people, right? But I bet you there are other layers and levels. And I've helped so many people with all of this. And what we see every time is that everyone's core issue, there's still more healing to do there in the self-love department. Does that make sense? Does it make sense that in order to manifest and attract and recognize and nurture and continue to enjoy for the rest of your life and the best of your life, does it make sense that you would need to find that love inside of you first, right? So I kept looking for love in all the wrong places, like that country song, because I was looking for it out here. And the first place I had to find it was here. So I was doing this like needy looking approach. And in fact, I needed to stop working on it out there and make the shift happen in here. So that's step 1. And it's easier said than done, but with the right tools and with the right support and with commitment to self and spirit, you absolutely can make tremendous progress on that quickly. So that's step 1. Step 2, and I probably spent about 2 years just following the steps and all the practices for that first step. And now I like to help people move through that a lot more quickly. You don't have to take 2 years. But you'll start to feel a shift right away. You know, you really do. Step 2, and these two go well together. Sometimes you're kind of doing step 1 and 2 at the same time. Step 2 is healing at the heart and soul level and turning your wounds into wisdom. So it's the healing. And that includes forgiveness, and that includes forgiving yourself for the choices that you've made. That includes making energetic adjustments and soul healing with anyone from your past, healing past relationships. It includes karmic healing, ancestral healing, energy healing, your chakras, collecting your power back. There's a lot of aspects to that healing that honestly, just talk therapy is usually not enough. And it can be helpful for some people some of the time. There's been times when I've seen a therapist and I found it helpful, and there's been times when I didn't find it helpful. But for this kind of thing that we're talking about, if you really want to hit the love jackpot and be one of those like 5% of people who have the best relationships imaginable, you need to do more of that. Now, sometimes people ask the question, can't I do that healing in the relationship? If you're already in a relationship and you have a partner who works on his or her stuff, you work on your stuff, and you're both fully committed to your own happiness first and foremost, your own path, your own spiritual growth, and supporting your partners with that, then yes, sure, some of the healing can take place in the context of a truly sacred partnership. But what most people are in relationship-wise is not a sacred partnership. And it ends up being, as Archangel Michael puts it, a distraction and detraction from your path. It's the drama and trauma. It's that revolving door thing that I was going through, or settling for less than you really desire and deserve, you know? So this is important. The self-love, huge. Show me some hearts when it's making sense so I know you guys can hear me. Or you can type. I can see your comments. I really can. I'm here to interact with you. So I love when you do that. Thank you. Self-love, the healing. Hi, Jessica. Hi, honey. I hope your kids are feeling better. It's so nice to see you. Happy Valentine's Day. Yay! So you've got to go deeper with the self-love. You've got to go deeper with the self-healing and getting whatever supports you need for that if you feel like there's some pieces that are stuck, you know? And we have a whole system. We have a complete proven system for manifesting higher love, and it truly does start here. And the third step, because I promised 4 steps, right? Third step is getting clear, getting incredible clarity about your heart's desire. I literally, when I was in that stage of manifesting Mark, I had to do a lot of inner shifting first on the self-love step and the healing step. And then at some point I was able to add in the clarifying step, right? I literally made a list of everything that I wanted that was a must-have, absolutely essential. And we help you with this yes, there's a program that I'm going to invite you to, which is called Angelic Love Activator. Some of you might be familiar with it or are graduates. Most of you guys have not heard of it yet because honestly, I haven't even promoted it for like 3 years. I'm just so busy doing all these other things. But this year, I just feel so passionate. I can really feel that, you know, I don't know, there's something shifted about 2020. It's like we're all accelerating so much more. The planet is there's so much polarization, you know, in our country here in the US. It's like we have to align more with love. We have to clean our inner house and our hearts, you know, so that we can just vibrate so much higher and raise the planet up instead of allowing negative stuff out here to pull us down, you know. So much of this is energy. It's energy work and it's spiritual development. It is tremendous. Remember, Archangel Michael has said, everything is energy and energy is everything. So this is not the same as some other like soulmate manifestation courses, because so much of this is about aligning. When you align your energy, when you live as the love you are, it just becomes so much easier to manifest the love that you want. And it actually improves all your relationships, not only your love relationship, manifesting your divine right mate when you're divine timing, right? But raising it up, being able to recognize each other, nurture that love, enjoy that love, and co-create an incredible dance, a sacred dance of partnership together. And I want to talk to you guys about twin flames too. So I promise we're going to get to that. But first we have to get to our step 4, right? Monica, thank you. Exactly. It makes so much sense. Exactly. Thank you. Hi, Sarah. So nice to see you too. I'm glad you could pop in. So step 4. So let's say you've done enough. You don't have to be perfect. That's good news too. You don't have to be like, I am the most self-loving, imbued with love, radiating with love, totally healed, totally clear, totally tuned in human being ever walked the face of the earth to manifest your divine right. You don't have to be perfect, but you do need to have enough alignment and enough clarity and enough self-love that you're vibrating at so much of a higher level. And so once you have enough of those 3 steps, then you're ready to manifest. Then you do your manifestation. Then you do your law of attraction techniques. And yes, I have tons of methodology for that. So what I was talking about with the clarity step, the clarity and the manifesting step, steps 3 and 4 kind of go together. And the steps 1 and 2, the self-love and the healing, go together. And you might kind of have a sense for yourself of, I feel like I'm kind of at this step of the way. Where do you feel like you are? Do you feel like you're working with the self-love and it really has to go back to that foundation, going really deep within? Or are you at the healing stage where stuff is coming up and you're looking at your past relationship patterns, you're looking at your current relationship, you're really being more empowered, or you're wanting to be more empowered about what's not working, what didn't work, what you really want, right? And how can you create that? And then clarity, the list that I made, this is a funny story. The list that I made was like 37 things on it. It was insane. And if I would share it with people, because most people don't get all this stuff, right? They would be like, what are you talking about? You know, you're crazy. Like, no one exists that has all that. So at the time, I was a kind of recovering engineer, scientist, left brain focused person. So I thought, gosh, I really, really feel like these are the qualities my sacred partner is going to have. And I'm not going to settle for less anymore. I'm not going to get in a relationship anymore. I'm not going to let anyone into my yoni and my sacred temple of my goddess garden with intimacy and sexuality anymore unless he is the one. I'm not going to do that anymore. And how many people on planet Earth could even fulfill these qualifications for me? So I actually crunched the numbers and I did the math. I literally did the math, do the math. And what I figured out, you know, how many people on planet Earth could even meet all those things that I said, like has to be in the top 5% of intelligence, has to be in the top 10% of spirituality, has to be physically fit. You know, I wasn't so much worried about hair color and, you know, or even things like age or race or whatever. Those weren't crucial to me. What was more important to me was the qualities of the human being, you know? And then I had all kinds of other things in there. How many people do you think? Obviously there was at least one because I manifested now, right? The clarity is so important. Hi, Stephanie. Oh, so nice to see you. Mwah, big hugs. Thank you for that. Exactly. The math that I did, left brain approach, was that there were 5 people. 5 out of, at the time, like 6 billion people on planet Earth. This is 20 years ago, right? 21 years ago. And I thought, oh my God, that's so impossible. You know, how can I find this like 1 in a billion? Literally, I'm looking for not just 1 in a million. I want 1 in a billion. How am I going to find him? Right? And then I go, oh gosh, that's so hard. That's so almost impossible. It's like a needle in a haystack. And the message I had, which is the message I have for you, is that you have divine help. And especially if you do these practices where you really get aligned and your manifestation is coming from a place of such strength and such love and such spirit and such joy that you're not needing a partner. It's just like this healthy desire and this really high vibrational way of living that you're totally fine without him or her. You're totally fine without a partner. You love your life. You absolutely are in love with your life. And the message I had was you have divine help. So then I started asking more. Self-love, sip of water, tea. Cheers. Then I was asking, okay, is it the right time? Because just because I want to manifest my divine right mate doesn't necessarily mean it's the right time. And there's more to that story, but it turned out it wasn't the right time yet. I had more inner shifting. I thought I was ready, but it turned out I was still needing it too much, wanting it a little too much, like overly like, yes, 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 yes. So I had to kind of tone down that neediness and that yangness about it and do the inner shifting, do the clarity, put the intention out there. And I share with you guys in the Angelic Love Activator, the actual prayer that I wrote, that I did as a ritual in the Berkeley Rose Garden. I was living in Berkeley, California at the time. And in 1994, it even has the date written on it. And when my partner showed up, he fulfills not only everything on that list, but even things I didn't know to ask for. Thank you, God. This or something better that will be done, right? So we have in the Angelic Love Activator, for those of you, and it's fine if you're just here for today and you don't want to do the whole course, but for those of you who are like really wanting to raise your vibration up and to really get to the bottom of your issues with love, with relationship, with inner peace, with happiness, with self-love, with life balance, with harmony in your family and friendship relationships as well, you will absolutely love the Angelic Love Activator. And you need to like run, not walk, or just dreamily float in a yin manner over there, angelicloveactivator.com. And we created this course a number of years ago, but I haven't actually gotten the word out for a long time. And now is the time. And we actually improved it quite a bit. We've expanded, we've made it more beautiful. It's a lot more user-friendly. It's just, incredible. There's like going to be a lot of videos and just sacred teachings. And there is a Facebook group to support you. It's a lifetime membership in a private Facebook group for the Angelic Love Activators, where we continue to support you. And by the way, I do fly out for weddings. Yay! It's one of my favorite things in the world to officiate at my clients' and students' weddings. So plant that little seed. So let's talk about, do you guys want to hear about soulmates? And hear a little bit more about soulmates and twin flames. What's the difference between these two? Everyone uses these terms kind of interchangeably. Hollywood has one concept about soulmates. And I think in the popular culture, the concept of soulmates is based on some myths. And we need to, let's talk about that. So we need to shatter some of those myths. Hi, Gail. Hi, Elaine. Oh my gosh, you ladies are here too. Perfect. Fantastic. So let's talk about soulmates. So when I asked God, please bring me my soulmate, that's the language that I used because that was my level of understanding at the time. I thought soulmate, there's one of them, and that's all I need to know, right? What I didn't know is there's actually three kinds of soulmates. So as we evolve spiritually, and it can also vary from lifetime to lifetime, there's certain factors that are kind of like predetermined based on the contract that you agreed to, what you and your twin flame decided that this lifetime is going to be about, whether you would meet your twin flame or not. But I want to explain about the three because there's two that are really good. Okay, twin flame is one of the really good ones. There's another really good one, and there's one that you do not want. No, red flag, you do not want. Okay, what I manifested after doing all that inner work, when I said, please God, bring me my soulmate, the first soulmate that I manifested, because I wasn't very specific in my request, I wasn't clear enough yet. I didn't know a lot about this stuff yet. The first thing I manifested was a karmic soulmate. Karmic soulmate. I'm going to type that here for us. Karmic soulmate. That's type number one. I wasn't myself at the vibrational level enough yet, and I wasn't clear enough yet for one of the other types of soulmate. But I did manifest a soulmate. With a soulmate, any kind of soulmate, there's this instant recognition. There's this sense of like an incredible attraction. It may be a physical, sexual attraction, or it may be like an intellectual attraction, or it may feel like a spiritual attraction, or all of these, any and all of the above. But there's definitely this sense like, oh, wow, I know you. And we're picking up where we left off, and there's this incredible attraction. How many of you guys have ever had that? Right? Valerie! Yay, Valerie's here. Hi. So the problem with karmic soulmates is this. There's unfinished business from a past life or lives, and usually one or both of these karmic soulmates, there's stuff in the way. So the pattern that you've had with this person before is either you were pushing them away and now they're pushing you away, or there's something where there's this kind of longing for more, and there's this drama and heartbreak pattern. Is this sounding familiar, ladies? Give me a thumbs up or a heart if you know what I'm talking about. Have you ever been with someone who you're like, God, I'm so attracted to them. There's so many things that are incredible about when we're together. Maybe you feel in a tremendous energy. Maybe you feel like your heart's about to burst. Maybe when your partner touches you, you're just like electric. Maybe the lovemaking is insane. Maybe there's like dream connections. There's like a lot of connections. There's a lot of things that are good about it. But it's painful. It's just painful. It's like, wow, why is this hurting so much? If this is my soulmate, if this is what love is supposed to be, doesn't have to hurt that much. And you know what? It doesn't have to hurt that much. The reason it hurts that much is that it's a karmic soulmate, honey. That's why. That person is not going to become a healthy kind of soulmate, the kind of soulmate that you can have a lasting, harmonious, joyful, mutual, heart opened to one another kind of love with, because of the karmic crap and stuff. And the relationship I manifested right before Mark was the most painful relationship of my life. And it was a karmic soulmate. Won't go into the whole drama of that, but I had to go through that drama in order to get really clear that, okay, so back to the drawing board here, God. What was it about that worked? What didn't work? And what am I absolutely not going to do next time, right? In the future. So I want to hear a little bit more about your thoughts on that, right? Does that make sense? So you don't just want a soulmate. Lesson number 1 from today. You do not just want a soulmate. You want a body mate, mind mate, heart mate, and soulmate. Whoa, let that settle in. You want your life partner, your best friend, your sacred partner, to be a match for you, not only a soul level match, but physically and mentally and emotionally. And honestly, of all 4, probably the most important in the love department, the romantic department of your life, is the emotional. Safe space has to be there. It has to be a heart space where you're treasured. Your mate sees you for the goddess that you are and cherishes you and feels like he or she is the luckiest person in the world to have found you as you feel about them. That heart connection has to be there. Both people need to have their hearts open and have enough healing that has been done about the past relationships, about years of being alone. Oh, by the way, is this making sense? Yeah? Yeah, I want to hear what you're thinking about that. I mentioned that my pattern, my unhealthy pattern, was rebounding romantic, right? Is there anyone else here who was in the past or maybe currently is still in the rebounding romantic? It doesn't mean you're getting into another relationship within 2 weeks, but maybe sometimes I did that, but sometimes it was more like a few months or a year, but it just wasn't enough space in between, and my standards weren't where they needed to be. My clarity wasn't where it needed to be because my self-love and my healing weren't where they needed to be too. So that was my pattern, was like, oh yeah, I couldn't fall in love with this person. That person I always projected, always saw the best in them. Didn't pay attention to the red flags until I was already involved, right? And then it's harder to extricate once you're like already, your legs are open, your heart is open, all this juju is flowing, and it's like, then you're going through this whole, painful ride. So that was my pattern, rebounding romantic. Mark's pattern was perpetual single. Mark's pattern was alone for like a very, very long time, like very few dates. Like, no, most relationships suck. I don't even want to go there. That's just going to be like a waste of my time. And, don't even talk to me about it, kind of thing, right? So he was seeing the opposite side of the coin of me, like through the opposite lens. So he was just focusing on himself to the almost exclusion, So in order for him as a perpetual single to even be looking at my classified ad the day that he did see it and have the motivation and the inspiration to take the courage to reach out and answer the ad, and for me to know from his response of all the like 30 something responses that I got that this was the one that I needed to follow up on, a lot of divine signals had to be happening, right? So that's also a fear-based pattern. It's fear. It's afraid of losing oneself in relationship. I was afraid of being alone, and Mark was afraid of losing himself because he would see that so many people do that. They get into a relationship and they give their power away, and they just, get too overly obsessed, too overly enmeshed, and they lose their independence and they lose themselves. So you might have some aspects of one pattern or some aspects of the other pattern. The real healthy space is somewhere in the middle. The healthy space is with the right partner at the right time, when you've done enough of this healing, enough of this clarifying and manifesting, and you're doing it all in a very sacred way, that your whole relationship is dedicated to spirit. What happens with that is you don't lose yourself. We have a beautiful printout in the Angelic Love Activator. One is called, well, there's lots of great things there, but the one that I'm thinking of is called 13 great reasons to fly solo or to be in a loving, harmonious relationship. Because there's a time in your life when it really is for your highest good to fly solo. And there's a time in your life when it is for your highest good to be in a loving, sacred partnership. But when people, the first place that I made that list was with a group that I worked through the Angelic Love Activator program, which used to be called Love Life, with a local group of 6 people. This is like 10, 15 years ago. And when I said, okay, guys, we're going to make a chart. What are the reasons to be by yourself? What are the reasons to be in a healthy, loving relationship? They had a really hard time coming up with the being in a healthy, loving relationship, because they kept coming back to the shitty relationships that they'd been in. And they kept saying things like, well, yeah, you can have great sex, but then you're always like stuck cleaning up after them. Like all these things would come out and negatives were coming out. Like, well, you have someone to have a date with on Saturday, but sometimes like you don't hear from them for like a month. Like all their painful, wounded stuff was coming up, right? And it's like, okay, wait a minute. You're not even grokking. I realized like they weren't even like resonating and imagining. They weren't even able to imagine what a truly sacred partnership looks like and feels like. Because in a truly higher love relationship, you don't lose yourself. You're not chasing after them. You're not having to worry like about boundaries. You're not wondering what they think and feel about you. They're in it. They're fully in it. You're fully in it. So let's talk about the other 2. Hi, Joy. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Amy. Hi, Heidi. There you go. So, right. It's like, okay, that was me. So, let's see. Where was I going to go with that? I always want to welcome everybody as they pop on. So with your divine right mate, the love that you co-create, it's like a sacred dance. It's like a magic garden that you nurture. And there's all these stages along the way. And honestly, if a program like Angelic Love Activator existed when I was on that path, when I was at that stage, like, okay, I need to manifest my divine right mate. I'm tired of getting this wrong. I also really don't want to be alone forever. Here's the thing. And this is really true for those of us on the spiritual path. And I know you're on the spiritual path. I know you. I get you. We get each other. There are certain types of healing and there are certain types of growth that you really can only do in a relationship. It's true. You can learn, chose on that. You can learn and you can grow and you can focus on your spiritual path and you can focus on your family and you can focus on your creativity and your purpose and your money making and your health. These are all great things. They're important for you to focus on those things. But with the right partner, you can still keep a healthy amount of focus on all those things. Plus, you're also learning about communication. You're learning about synergy. You're learning about the co-creative expansion that comes with a healthy partner, that your life expands. All those other things about your life, your health, your spiritual path, your purpose, all those things are enhanced and they're actually accelerated with the right partner by your side. Is that exciting? Is that amazing? Instead of you're having a partner, a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a spouse or whatever, that's like a distraction from your life and drama and a thing that you have to deal with and a thing that you have to work through. I hear from people who are not in the right relationship all the time. They're working on the relationship. I have to work through this. There's a myth, one of the many myths we teach you about in the program. One of many is that if I don't work through this painful stuff with this person now, I'm going to have to work through it with someone else later. So I might as well stay in this crappy, that's my insertion, relationship, painful relationship, because I have to do this work and this is helping me do this work. You know what though? Listen up. The right relationship is not that much work. It's like 90, 95, 99% play and joy and peace and flow and bliss and even ecstasy and just a small amount of work. But you do that work in a conscious way. You do it with healthy communication. You do it with proper boundaries. You do it with mutual respect and appreciation. So you do advance more quickly, and you're not wasting all this psychic energy and time on just going around and around in this drama. Stop it already. Like, stop. You don't have to do that anymore. You really don't. So what are the other two types of soulmates? That's my last thing I want to share with you today. Karmic soulmate is ouch and out and no, it's not going to work. It's just not going to work. You know, sometimes there might be moments with a karmic soulmate where you feel the energy of one of your other type soulmate potentials. So you get confused by that. But, you know, it's just not going to work. I mean, honestly, it's not. You know it. You've known it. You know, you feel it. You know it. It's like, why is this hurting? Why is this so hard? Why is this so much work? Because it's not the right person. Okay? It's not. The healthy soulmates, the good news ones, and they do exist, is either kindred soulmate, kindred spirit soulmate. Thank you, Carol. It does make sense, right? It's either a kindred spirit soulmate, of which there are quite a few embodied on planet Earth. Maybe in my case, there were 4 because I got the twin flame and the other 4 were kindred spirit soulmates had I met one of them and decided to be involved with one of them first. I do think, by the way, that one of them also answered my personals ad, but he was a week too late. He answered it a week after Mark did. And he was an amazing person too. But I'm very glad that Mark showed up first and we moved forward with our beautiful relationship. And we have our 2 beautiful children, and the other one wouldn't have been a twin flame. There would have been different nice things with a kindred spirit soulmate, but I am with a twin flame. I was able to manifest a twin flame. We recognized each other. The first words out of Mark and my mouth were, I am not making this up. When we first set eyes on each other in this incarnation, do you know what we said? This is what happens with twin flames. Things like this. We said, oh my God, it's you again. And we burst into tears and laughter, and we melted into each other's arms. At Cafe Roma on College Avenue in Berkeley, December 21st, 1997. We literally said, oh my God, it's you again. I have only met like 4 other twin flame couples. Often they dream of each other. I had a dream of Mark before he showed up. And I share more with you guys, you know, about all of this and how to even cultivate Celtic dream love magic, how to have a dream, a precognitive dream of your divine right mate, and how to be more connected with your loving guides, the angels of love, with your highest self, with your soul family, with your twin flame, so that you can manifest love at a higher level and recognize each other. But not everyone has the option of a twin flame in every lifetime, okay? Sometimes your twin flame is not incarnated, or your twin flame is incarnated as, you know, a 5-year-old child in, you know, Ethiopia or something right now, and you're like, you know, 47 years old and you live in Canada or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, the age difference, the cultural difference, the geographic difference, it's just not going to work out, you know? And that's okay. It's okay if it's not your twin flame that you manifest in this lifetime. Many people mistake a karmic soulmate for a twin flame. There's so many soulmate groups out there on Facebook. So these groups, they have like, you know, 100,000 people in there. And they're complaining about their twin flames and how their twin flame is hurting them and isn't available and got back together with their ex, and their twin flame is lying to them, and their twin flame is not blah, 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 blah. Guess what, people? That's not your twin flame, honey. That is not your twin flame. Your twin flame would not treat you like that. Your twin flame is absolutely going to recognize you for who you are and treat you the way you deserve to be treated the vast majority of the time. Sometimes they need a little bit of training and a little bit of communication and help, because we're all human and we all do. Sure, of course, there's going to be moments where you disagree, but a twin flame doesn't break your heart. They don't. That's not your twin flame. That's not your twin soul. That's a karmic soulmate. And you need to have the courage. Maybe you need some healing, some support, and the self-love, boosting your self-love to leave that and to say goodbye to that and to stop manifesting that. Stop settling for that. Stop saying yes to that. Okay, you've got to have proper boundaries, discernment, intuitive connection. There's a lot involved to all this. There's a lot that you have to get right in order to really hit the love jackpot. And that's why we created the Angelic Love Activator. In fact, it was one of my students in Angelic Abundance Activator, which more of you guys might be familiar with. That's the one that was voted the #1 love attraction program in the world by people in 18 countries in 2014 when Angelic Abundance Activator came out. #1 love attraction program in the world, even above the Teachers in the Secret, Abraham Hicks, everybody. Okay, if you haven't checked that out, you might be interested in that. But the point is this: one of the Angelic Abundance Activator students said to me, Sage, you're with Mark, your twin flame. You guys are recognized worldwide as a harmonious couple. You're like living examples of what love can be like. Why don't you teach an Angelic Love Activator? There should be a love program. And I thought, oh my gosh, like the bells and the angels sing and the heavens opened up. Oh, of course there should be an Angelic Love Activator. Oh my God, how could I have not thought of that? Thank you. So we created the Angelic Love Activator. And now what we've done with this new version of it is it's so much more fun. It's so much more aesthetically beautiful and experiential. And I am in love with it. You can feel my energy, right? I love this program. I already loved it before, but I love this new version of the program so much. I just am so thrilled to invite those of you. And from my heart, I'm just reaching out. And, those of you who it's the time is right program, are like, yes, oh my God, I'm feeling energy in this. This is amazing. Pop over, jump in, Angelic Love Activator. You're absolutely going to love it. You are going to be supported and just inspired. We go through all of those 4 steps. It's just life-changing, from the inside out. And it's my honor to be with you with that. So if you're with a partner and you're kind of going, is this even a soulmate, or is it just kind of a person? Sometimes not everyone is a soulmate. Not everyone is actually a member of your soul family. Most of the people that I was with in that rebounding romantic revolving door roller coaster thing were just people. They're in somebody's soul family, but they weren't really in my soul family. The healing needs to be done within you. Okay? You need to get aligned. You need to love yourself more. You need to heal your past more. You need to reclaim your power and your energy and harmonize your male and female energies within you need to be balanced. There's a lot to this, you guys. You need to be so clear about your must-haves and your must-not-haves. Like, these are deal breakers. Absolutely not going to be with someone who does this. Absolutely must be with someone who does this. And then there's other stuff in the middle that's kind of like it would be nice if, but it's not essential, right? And how to utilize the powers of nature, the support from the angels, how to connect with your highest self and really open your third eye and your inner ear and your connection with source and live. It's really like shifting what universe you're in. I'm serious. I know that sounds kind of out there. It's quantum physics too. But when you shift the energy that you're running, the frequency that you're running, the words that you think and speak, when you're coming from this higher place, and you pay attention to your discernment because okay, this is what I want, this is what I deserve, and I am not going to waste my time and my precious energy on anything less than this anymore, because I am perfectly happy by myself, with myself, focusing on other things in my life, you know? So I would like to, exactly, Carol, you learned that. Thank you, Amy. Oh, which was it that I said that was spoken like a true New Yorker? New Yorker, right? which sentence was it? I'm curious. Thank you. You're so cute. Perfect. So I would love to hear, we're going to wrap up. I know, and I am just so happy to share this with all of you today. I would love to hear what your takeaways were from today, from our special Valentine's session today. What stood out for you the most? And what support do you think you need? What do you need to focus on? And please do yourself a favor, at least go look at that information page, Angelic Love Activator. I'll type it in here. It's ANGELIC, Angelic Love, LOVE, Activator, ACTIVATOR.com. AngelicLoveActivator.com. We have incredible, beautiful bonus gifts in there. We have poetry, we have channelings, we have chakra love, abundance activation. I mean, it's just, you know, love quotes. It's the whole, it's just an incredible sacred library. It's like when you walk in there into the actual course, you're going to feel like you're in this magical sacred space that's just glowing with love. I'm serious. That's the vibe that we have created for you. And I welcome you into the Angelic Love Activator with my whole heart. And I also celebrate with you that you are going to listen to your love, voice of love within you about that decision and about all your decisions about love. This one decision is actually a very important decision. If it's the right course for you, that one choice to be part of Angelic Love Activator is going to help you with all of your other choices about love. And it's going to help you more than you can even imagine, just even about loving yourself and loving your life, because it really, really starts in here. And I want to say to you as well that Valentine's is not just today, because every day is a day of love. Love, beautiful ones. Listen to me. Listen to Source through me. Listen to Source to you. Love is who you are. Love is what you deserve. Love is what you came here to learn more about. Love is your path. Love is the answer. Love is your way. So please make whatever choices you need to today and every day to love yourself, to love your creator, to love your life, to love this beautiful world, and to give and receive love more freely, more joyfully, more bountifully. And I bless you with this, with so much love. From my heart to yours, I send tremendous blessings, tremendous Reiki, angel sparkles, love, 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 infinite love to you. And thank you so much for being here. Oh, the stop it. Yeah, thank you. So cute. Tracy's here. Cindy's here. Hi. Well, you guys are going to get to catch the replay. We shared so much here with you today about the 4 steps to higher love, the 3 types of soulmates, some really good indicators about how to tell which type of soulmate it might be, or if someone's maybe not even a soulmate, and why is it so important to align energetically with the love within you in order to find the love that you want out here. And it's a process. It's not an overnight thing. I'm not going to tell you that if you join Angelic Love Activator now or soon, I'm not going to tell you that your divine right mate is going to show up tomorrow, or that your relationship is going to be transformed into a higher level of harmony. It's going to take some shifting. What I can tell you, and I promise you this, is that you will have amazing resources that really help you do this for yourself, with yourself, as an act of incredible love for yourself and for everyone in your life, because you're going to be radiating and living as the being of love that you truly came here to be, more and more every single day. That's our promise to you. You can feel Archangel Michael's energy on that too, right? That is our promise to you. And yes, we have a lot of Archangel Michael. We have a lot of the angels. Obviously, it's called Angelic Love Activator. So if you love angels, it's a very good chance that you'll love Angelic Love Activator too. And if you have any questions about the course or about anything that I just talked about all of this, any of this, you can type into a comment here, and I will check those. We're going to be going away for the weekend, going to Yosemite, our favorite place, one of our favorite places. We're going to have a Valentine's weekend with our boys. That's going to be really fun. You might see some pictures of me hiking. It's a form of self-love and life love, you know, to be in nature and to take times like that. But I do promise to, as my internet is available, I'll check my phone and I'll touch in with you guys, or I'll get back to you. If you don't hear from me, if you ask me a question, I might be getting back to you on Tuesday. But I'm here tonight before we're not leaving till tomorrow. So, and if you're catching the replay, you can also email me, or you can Facebook message me. So if we're friends on Facebook, that's the best way to reach me. Message me. And if we're not yet connected there, you can always email me, or if you're just more of an email person. My email is sage, S-A-G-E, at loveandspirit.org. I'm going to type that for you because it's not .com. It's sage at loveandspirit, spirit.org. That's my best email. So pop me an email. And what stood out for you guys here today? Good. I'm glad that you're on the live call now. That's so great. Trish is here. Yay. Hi, Trish. Awesome. So what stood out for you? Just take 1 minute to kind of integrate with this and go, what did I need to hear? Why was I guided to this right here, right now? What's important for me to realize, to see with my real eyes, with the eyes of my higher heart? What message of love did I need? And there might be a message coming to you right now. One of the messages that I'm getting, and I'd love to see yours, you can type them in the comments, and I'll see them later too if you're in replay land. I will see it. One of the messages that I get is that love is a path, right? It's an energy, and it's our purpose, but it's also a path, and it's a journey. So everything that you've been through up until this point about love in all forms, we're talking mostly about romantic, sexual love, sacred partnership, life love, marriage type of love, right? But it's really true about other relationships too. I help a lot of people with mother wound healing, working now with sister wound. There's, father wound. I mean, there's a lot of things that need to be healed about our relationships that are not only about our romantic and sexual relationships. But the thing to really know is that love is a path. You're on a path, and you can either go deeper with the inner learnings and the inner shifting and the inner alignment, and you can let go of what's not serving you, let go of the fears, let go of the beliefs, let go of the blocks, let go of the projections, let go of the fantasies, let go of the tools that aren't serving you anymore. There might be people in your life or old patterns, all of that stuff that wasn't serving you. Let go of that and create the space for what does fill you and fulfill you and satisfy you more than you can even imagine right now. Truly, truly, truly. So it would be an honor to serve as mentor and midwife and nurturing space holder and cheerleader and love guide for you and with you if you resonate with this. And I'll see you over in the Angelic Love Activator. Those of you who are jumping in, welcome, welcome, welcome. We will have the special pricing available only through the 29th of this month, Leap Day, right? The pricing for the program, it's $397 right now. It was $2,000 value. And when we first came out with it, with the version of it that's not even as amazing as the new one now, people were paying $1,111. That was the original price for it. The new price is going to be after March 1st. It's going to be $597, which is still very, very reasonable for everything that you're getting here to support you with what's one of the most important things in life. But currently now, for this month of February, from now only through this special, it's $397. So that's a good reason why to jump in now rather than later, right? Trust your divine timing in that. And we did break it up into a 2-pay for those who it's helpful to have an installment plan. You can do 2 payments of $222, which comes to a nice angel number of 444. I love angel numbers. How about you? All right, so let me know if you have any other questions, and make sure that you needed to hear all of it. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you, Carol. I get a really strong hit for you about this too, about Angelic Love Activator. So yeah, you guys message me, email me, pop on over, and I'll see you over more here at our Be a Prosperous Goddess group. There is an Angelic Love Activator group for those of you who are joining in. Make sure that you open the email and that you click to join there, because we're going to be bringing the love party even higher and deeper and wider and brighter. That's all going to be going on at the Angelic Love Activator Facebook group. So I'll see you very, very soon. Have an amazing weekend. Mwah. And thanks for joining me today. Lots of love. And feel free to share this replay too. This is going to be on the Be a Prosperous Goddess. It's going to be on some of my other free and public groups, the replay for this. And it'll be on my YouTube channel. So wherever you happen to be now, where you're viewing this, feel free to share this, because this can go out widely to the world. I really, really feel passionate about helping to dispel some of these myths and helping to empower people, especially spiritual awakening, heart-centered, beautiful people like you, my tribe, on what exactly it takes to really get love right in this lifetime, and to have the kind of love that is just a joy beyond imagining. And that is something that you give thanks for every morning when you wake up. A partner who is truly your best friend as well as your lover, and is your sacred partner and your spiritual co-journeyer. You deserve this. You totally, totally do. And I love you. Have a beautiful Valentine's and weekend and rest of your month. And I'll see you again soon. Thanks for joining us. Lots of love, everybody. Bye for now. Happy Valentine's. Happy every day is love.